Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be looking at the Hornby Bill and Ben. Finally. I mean, y'all probably know because I uploaded an episode a little bit ago that had them in there, but for those who don't know, I've been after these two forever, and they've always been taunting me on the back of the stupid boxes because I have Thomas, Percy, Toby, James, and Gordon, and Duck. But I never had Bill and Ben, but now I do, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, first of all, the boxes are slightly different colored because Bill is 2001, Ben is 2006, I believe. So, but we will look at both of them. So, side of both of the box, I'll just be looking at. Actually, you know what? Let's look at Ben's just because it's a little more vibrant. It just says Thomas and Friends on the side. All the characters like I showed. For some reason this label is ripped. It originally said Ben, what was it, Ben the Saddle Tank Engine Electric, I believe. But it no longer says that. So Ben's item number is R9048. Ben's is R9047. So let's crack into Ben first. Just pull it out like that. And then you can use the hole in the back to push him out, like so. And out of the tissue paper, there's Ben. Let's move him back here, actually. And I will get out Bill. I'm not going to go over his box, it's basically the same thing. But here he is in his, although the styrofoam, polystyrene, whatever, this one's more of a cream, this one's more of a white. That's just, earlier ones are slightly more white color for some reason. But there they are. They share the same chassis as Toby, for those who don't know. Let me zoom in a bit. Because I see a lot of people think that they use the standard 040 chassis. They don't. It's actually, it's a little bit heavier, a little more beefier and stuff. But Bill, I will say this just off the get-go before we get into the review part, is that Bill is a lot easier to find than Ben. I mean, they're not necessarily the easiest engines to come by, but Bill is the one that you will see more often because he came in a train set. Obviously, mine came as an individual character, but he came in a train set with Thomas, so he was easier to come by than Ben. Ben wasn't sold in a set with Thomas, or with any other character in the electric range, so just figured I'd get that out of the way because I've had that question a few times why Bill is easier to come by, so that's why. We'll look at Bill first. His lettering is, it's not just the camera, it's not very easy to read like the SEC. It's a lot easier to read on Ben's, if you can tell. A lot easier to read than Bill's. Bill's is a little more kind of faded. It's not because anything's wrong with it, it's just, I don't know if Bill was made in a different batch than Ben, but pretty much every example of Bill and Ben are like that for some reason. Same thing, the face is a little more beige, where this one is more of like a gray color. Again, I don't know how well it is going to come across on camera, but take my word for it. That's how it is. So they're pretty basic. There's not a lot of separate detail, besides, you know, like buffers and stuff like that. Funny enough, they don't have whistles. I might like just blue tack a whistle in there, but it's just an interesting thing I know. No cab detail. Again, they're pretty basic. I only paid like 40 bucks for each of them, 40, 45 bucks, which is, I think, appropriate for what they are. A lot of people try to sell these for crazy money, and they are very hard to come by because, well, they're not very hard to come by. They're very sought after because Hornby, the rumor is that Hornby scrapped the tooling for these two. So, you know, they're never going to use these molds again. So that's why, you know, a lot of people they're very desirable, I guess. But they have the faces on there. We're looking at Ben now, by the way. They have the, very nice faces. They look accurate to Bill and Ben. They look like their earlier, series look, which is a plus for me. SEC, it says Ben. I think SEC is Sodor China Clay, or Sodor Clay Company, something like that. And yeah, the underneath here it says 2006. I've serviced these and everything, so they run very, very nicely. I would run them in this video, but if you've seen the layout video, I kind of can't do that at the moment. But they do run really, really well, I will give them that. if you own a Hornby Toby, they run about the same. So they're pretty strong and pretty heavy as well. Yeah, so the back, I wish that was painted. I guess that's something I wish they would have done. It's not painted. You could if you wanted to. I won't. I'm just going to keep these guys stock. That's what I usually do. But if you'd like to, it'd be an easy job, definitely. Or you could even use like vinyl or something to make it look a little cleaner. But yeah, there's not too much to say about it. I really like these. And I like the Bachman ones as well. I've just always wanted the Hornby ones. They just look a little more like classic Bill and Ben to me. Oh, their eyes. Yeah, now it looks like they're kind of looking a little more at each other, but yeah, the faces are pretty much the same. It'd be cool to see maybe a little variation in the eyebrows, but honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. They're supposed to be identical twins, so that doesn't bother me. What I will say is they are quite wide. I didn't realize how wide they were. It's not like criminal or anything, but yeah, let me grab Thomas, actually. We can do a quick comparison. I'll show you what I mean here. So Thomas is skinny in general, sure, but yeah, still, they're pretty wide. So if you have anything really close to the track, or your tracks are, you know, positioned close to each other, rather than like the standard distance that like Hornby uses on their radius curves and stuff, I would double check before you get Bill and Ben. Or if you have Bill and Ben and you're planning on making a layout, I would take them into account. Even things like tunnel portals, I've never had trouble with them like fitting into sheds or under bridges or in tunnels and stuff. It's not criminal, like I said, but it's worth checking out, I think, on your layout. I think the best way to tell actually is from the top. So here's Thomas, here's Bill, right? So again, it's not criminal how wide they are, but they are pretty wide. So again, take that into account when you're building a layout or a set or something. It's good to take note of that. But overall, I quite like these two. I would be unfair if I gave them the rating I'd like to, because I just really like these. They're fun. They're not overly detailed, so you don't have to worry about bits breaking off. But yeah, I think that'll just about do it for this review of Bill and Ben. There's not too much to say. They're nice, but again, not overly detailed. They don't have to be. They're just fun toys, honestly. These are more toy grade, but very fun for what they are. They're strong. They're fast. They got good weight to them. Nothing wrong with these two at all. So if you can find them for a good price, and price is important here, if you can find them for a good price, I'd say pick them up, because they do go for pretty crazy prices for no reason. But if you can pick them up, I would. So let me know if there's any other characters I have that you'd like me to take a look at. Okay, thank you for watching.